For the past 2 days, the Seattle City Council has been listening to experts give their opinions on the pros and cons of continuing to operate Sick's Stadium. There is some pressure to sell that land outright. More on the story from Ron Forcell.
The stadium in Rainier Valley is on choice land from a real estate point of view. The city of Seattle owns the stadium, but it was built in the 1930s by brewery owner Emil Sick, who needed a park for his Seattle Rainiers of the Pacific Coast League. In June of 1938, Emil Sick opened his new stadium, and it was the finest minor league baseball facility in the country. The brewery continued to own the stadium until the city purchased it in 1965. Sick's Stadium was home to the ill-fated Seattle Pilots during 1969, their 1 year of existence. Now the stadium is used by the minor league Seattle Rainiers, a few college teams, softball, rock concerts, and other miscellaneous tenants. Last year it was some $38,000 in the red. This year, with additional events being scheduled, the loss will be lowered to $27,000, but it probably never will pay its way fully, and that's one of the issues before the City Council. The stadium itself has been the showplace for some great players. Old team pictures are still there. This one is not identified, but I think it may be High Pocket's Bill Lawrence. That's the old cabbage patch over the left field fence. That cabbage has been replaced by apartment buildings. Remember fiery shortstop Bill Schuster? Schuster the Rooster. That shot dates back to 1940. Longtime Major League star Vada Pinson played here as a Seattle Rainier. And who could forget the flashing spikes of Jungle Jim Rivera? 1951 was the year. He went up to the Major Leagues, too. This infield has been run by some great baseball players. But with the domed stadium now a reality, the question is, can Seattle afford to maintain a facility as big as this one? At Sick's Seattle Stadium, this is Ron Forcell.
When it was built in the 1930s, Sick's Stadium was considered one of the finest ballparks in the minor leagues. Home of the Seattle Rainiers, the concrete and steel structure echoed with many a roar of the crowd, cheering on their baseball favorites like Fred Hutchinson, JoJo White, Jeff Heath. Today, it was a different kind of roar that filled the stadium. The bulldozers make way for a business park. It'll be a low-profile, landscaped facility. The primary tenant, the CX Corporation, a photo finishing and manufacturing firm headquartered in Seattle. Before CX got the go-ahead to build, there was much study and discussion about the future of the city-owned ballpark. Submitted to City Council were proposals for a shopping center, a People's Lodge, the CX complex, and a proposal for fixing up the neglected stadium. Die-hard sportsters who wanted to maintain the park for little leaguers and pickup games tried their best, but they struck out. And the overgrown, underused stadium was sold to CX developers for $1.4 million. Today, there was a luncheon to commemorate the start of demolition. Business and community leaders, politicians, and public relations people all gathered to talk about the $9 million CX development and about the forecast of nearly 1,000 new jobs. Then they paraded across the street for the symbolic beginning of the end of Sick's Stadium. Mayor Royer climbed aboard a bulldozer, pushed a few levers, and charged ahead. Once again, the stadium heard the crack of wood, and the crowd cheered. Demolition is scheduled to be complete in 6 weeks, with the first phase of construction wrapped up in about a year. Norval Rose, Eyewitness News, at Sick's Stadium.